Well, welcome to Auntie Explains. Here in my childhood bedroom. Turned my parents' guest room. It didn't look like this when I lived here. It was a lot more chaotic, which, I think you probably expect that from me if you know much about me. Anyway, the reason that I wanted to make this video and what I really wanted to talk about is engagement. The reason why I think this is something we have to be more mindful of is because engagement is the true currency for those of us that are not in the top 1%, don't have the type of capital to make any real impact in our world, it seems like a lot of the times. And a lot of us forget that we still do have a lot of power, but our power is how we engage, how we use however large platform we have of our own social media and community presence, and then also how we engage with other people's platforms and either, endorse or fail to endorse. And that's what I think people don't realize is that we need to stop engaging with bad content, because engagement is how everything is quantified. The value of something in a digital sphere is engagement. And so it's just as valuable to have someone hate click on your video as it is for them to click on it because they truly like it. And so that's why we see the prevalence of these content farms like 5 Minute Crafts and So Yummy, and there's so many of them. And all they do is just churn out videos that are designed to fit whatever they think is going to be beneficial algorithmically. And then the actual quality of the content is inconsequential. As long as people are watching it, commenting, sharing, liking, disliking, any of that kind of engagement actually is what they're going for. And the type of content that you see it as this outrageous, disgusting, overblown, terrible stuff because it grabs your eye and it makes you want to interact. And that's why we need to take a moment to step back and be more mindful about what we interact with. That's why we need to decide to say, well, it might be kind of relaxing to sit there and let all these fake videos from 5 Minutes Crafts just autoplay in your face. I did that a few years ago. I had a period of time where I was doing that. And then I watched Darren Reardon explain to me why this type of content is so dangerous. And, once I started really paying attention because somebody else pointed it out to me, a well-known YouTuber used her platform to raise the visibility of this issue. Well, I can't do that because I'm not a well-known YouTuber, but I can explain it to whoever the heck wants to watch this video. So I'm passing this information on to you. It's very important information. You may want to pass it on to the people that you know as well. And that is, do not comment on things that you don't agree with. Do not share memes that are wrong in order to explain why they're wrong. Because when you do that, you're still engaging with the content. You're spreading it, more people are seeing it, and people may see it on your feed who will share it uncritically, who don't take the time to read your explanation about how wrong and stupid it is. So, if something comes up and you just absolutely have to debunk it, screenshot it, and then you can write right on top of it, hoax, fake, misleading, lies, whatever. And then it can't be shared from your feed uncritically, at least, you know. But at the end of the day, all I'm asking of all of us, including myself, because we are fighting against these big, huge corporate interests that are playing these big percentages games. And they know they can make this kind of content that engages people just a little bit longer. And every little bit of engagement is, when you scale it up, big money for them. And so if we can start taking that back, start being more mindful, start making sure that we are giving our time and our attention and our engagement to people who actually deserve it, to content that is actually high quality, that is not a bucket full of lies. I mean, children growing up today watch a lot of YouTube. This isn't just a matter of something like, oh, we've got this little social issue. It's kind of like we could talk about it, but if we don't do anything, no big deal. This is not that. This is literally what kind of content is available that is being raising a lot of the children in our society. And it may be that if you're a parent, or the people in your family that are parents are not like that, and they are very good parents, and they don't let YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and whatever raise their children, but we cannot deny that it is happening. There are a lot of children who watch a lot of YouTube every freaking day. And so if we don't find a way to be more mindful and make it more valuable to the algorithm that content is quality and not just sensational, then we are failing our children and our future selves. Because when we are old and infirm, who the fuck do you think's going to take care of us? It's going to be the kids. And so, even if you don't like kids, even if you absolutely hate children, don't have children, don't have any, you still have a vested interest in making sure that society is set up so that they can succeed reasonably well, so that, when they have to take over society, they have the tools to do it. Because, that I think is a lot of the problem with uh, the generation above me, the one that they like to call boomers. Boomers are, that's not really the best way to describe it, because boomers are older than that, a little bit. But the generation ahead of mine, I think, is very reticent to release control, or to empower the people from my generation to start making policy decisions, to take leadership positions, things like that, to let us implement the ideas of our generation, not the generation past. And the thing is, it's because they don't trust us. They still look at us like little kids who are begging for participation trophies. And it's like, you were the ones who gave out those trophies. It wasn't like we were the ones who decided that those trophies would exist. So it's like, y'all raised us, and then you're going to have a problem with how we were raised. And it's our fault. Oh, I'm sorry. I definitely will make sure that I go back in time and tell the parents of my generation that, I don't know, whatever it is they want to blame us for. People are people, generation. And once you get out of high school, age is a lot less important than it used to be. It's sort of inconsequential, because people all do things in their own timelines and everything like that. So once you're not talking about like physiological development anymore, it gets a little bit more mushy. But I have gone way off topic there. The main thing is, yes, we need to, as a society, be more mindful of how we engage in content, so that we can create a better society for ourselves, and so that our society perpetuates itself better going forward. That's the too long didn't read version of it, which really doesn't make sense to put that at the end of the video, I guess. Whatever. Well, that's all Auntie wants to lecture you about for now, and it was definitely a little bit of a rambly lecture, but I mean, how often do you get a chance to talk about the collapse of society from your childhood bedroom? I mean, come on. It's a nice opportunity. You got to grab that. Well, take care of yourselves. Make sure you're drinking lots of water, and absolutely make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Bye.